In our 19 years at Cuyahoga Heights, there have been 4 years that we've gotten 250 steals or more. One of those years was when we were playing man-to-man and we had a very athletic, aggressive team. 3 of the 4 of those years, though, have come in the last 5 years. So I think the numbers speak loudly when we're talking about steals and deflections in our 2-3 zone.
That's Coach Mike Tartara describing how changing to a 2-3 zone based on the principles of Merrimack College has led to more steals and more wins for his Cuyahoga Heights program. Most coaches think a 2-3 zone is passive, that it just protects the paint. But Coach Tartara, as well as Merrimack, are proving otherwise. Their 2-3 zone defense has become a turnover machine, using active hands, quick rotations, and relentless pressure to turn defense into instant offense. In this video, we'll break down how their zone forces steals, frustrates opponents, and flips the script on what a zone defense can do. Before we get to the video, be sure to click the link in the description below to get access to a free PDF of 5 drills to build a dominant 2-3 zone defense, complete with diagrams, descriptions, and bonus tips. Now let's get started. Coach Tartara's zone uses the unique alignment and rotations that Merrimack has used to become one of the best zone teams in the country. These unorthodox rules and rotations prevent open shots and consistently create turnovers. Listen in as Coach Tartara describes the rules and then see Merrimack use them to cause chaos.
If the offense is in like what a lot of people might call a 3-gap alignment, first, we need to have our 2 top guys so that their hands can take away a direct line pass to the high post. If they throw a lob over the top, we'll get into what we do and how we do it. Defensively over here, those X's are there because that's where my wings need to be. So we got our top guards and we got our wings. Defensively, our big man or our 5 is our goalie. And he is going to be, if it was a college court, he'd kind of be right on the arc of where the charge circle is. I like to say, a lot of high school courts have the volleyball line. We like to use on 84-foot courts, the volleyball line's a little closer to the rim. Ours is an 84-foot court, so you'll see that out there. Some of the 94-foot courts, that volleyball line is closer to the foul line. So you can mark that depending on the type of floor you have. So if the ball goes, let's say, to this right wing, the key is that the guard on that side has to go through his box on his approach, which means he's dropping through the direct line pass to the high post. As he goes through that box, the defender, he retreats to the corner. And that's important. When they retreat, we like to go hands up. When we approach, we like to go hands out and hands up. That goes back to one of the rules. We want our hands at our waist or above.
Here you see Merrimack's unique 2-3 alignment. Notice how the elevated position of the wings pushes the offense out further. One of the key principles of the zone is not allowing players to shoot where they catch it. That removes one of the key concerns many coaches have about playing zone, open threes. This zone protects the rim and eliminates catch and shoot threes. Notice how the wing is still positioned in a way that he can retreat through the corner with hands up. Once again, the wing's active hands and position in the passing lanes results in a turnover. Notice how the wing takes away the catch and shoot and then retreats through the corner. On the drive, Merrimack stays home on the ball side, sticking to the principle of no catch and shoot threes. Notice the 2 guards dropping towards their boxes. Also see how the forward closes out between the wing and the corner. After being there on the catch, the forward keeps his hands active and gets a steal. Tired of watching your defense get picked apart? Coach Mike Tartara was too. For 5 seasons, his man-to-man defense led to average results, a 53% win rate. Then he switched to the lockdown 2-3 zone defense, and everything changed. Since making the switch, his program has won 74% of their games, held opponents under 45 points per game, and set records for steals with 3 seasons of 250 plus. And the best part? The 2-3 zone doesn't just stop offenses, it fuels yours. First, steals turn into easy transition buckets. And second, because you spend less time prepping for 10 different offenses, means more time for skill work for your players. That's a win-win. Ready to win more games with less stress? Learn the system that transformed an average program into an elite one. Check out the Lockdown 2-3 Zone defense today. See the link in the description for more information. The high post is the other area that causes concern for coaches playing a 2-3 zone. Coach Tartara describes how their 2-3 takes away the high-low pass and kick-out threes, leaving the offensive player with bad options and baiting them into mistakes. Take a listen and then see how Merrimack does it.
Let's say we throw it over here and they're looking at the high post. Remember, we're going through the box and out. This guy's dropping to the corner with anticipating trapping if they throw it there. Remember, on the backside when it's thrown here, he's diving immediately. You'd be surprised how many steals we get on that dive. We're going to get to that in a little bit though. So this time, let's say they throw it, maybe lob it over the top to the high post. Okay, so go over the top here. Once again, he goes through the box, but a lot of times they're going to force feed the high post. That's a lot of times what people like to do to break down a zone, and rightfully so. So what happens when he catches it is our goalie, this is one of our most, he has to be an athletic defender. This is where we actually match up and we're going to look to play man-to-man, and we have to know who we have because this guy is going to make an approach. If that's a shooter at the foul line, we're going to approach with the hand in the shooting pocket. If he's more of a distributor, a lot of teams like to put a distributor there, we're going to give him a step or two. So it kind of depends who that is. When the ball makes it to the high post, though, that's when my wings have to beat the ball to those dive spots. And now it looks more like a 2-1-2 instead of a 2-3 because he's kind of rising up and those guys are dropping down. So when we do our 12 slides, these are the timing mechanisms that we use to make it really difficult on the offense. Here's the other thing that's really tough. When the ball goes into the high post, whether it's from the top or from the wing or wherever, our guards, their job is to get to their box. Okay, they're getting to their box and anticipating. Most guards, most basketball players in general, when the ball goes to the high post, they're going to go to the high post. It's like a dog with a ball. You throw it, they're going to get it. So we really rep getting to those boxes and being low and anticipating if that guy puts the ball down, we're trying to get a flick. If he's passing it, we're getting touches. And once again, our active hands and seeing the next play is really what has benefited us over the last 4 or 5 years.
On the high post entry, the goalie comes up to defend the ball one-on-one. The guards drop to their boxes, allowing for a steal when the offensive player gets loose with the ball. Again, the goalie guards the ball. In this case, the weak side forward comes all the way over to the ball side block. This happens because the strong side is overloaded. The ball side forward must stay home with the shooter on the wing, meaning the weak side forward sprints across to the block. The offense doesn't see this coming, resulting in a turnover. On the catch, the goalie comes up and the forward drops. This entices the offensive player to attack one-on-one. When the guard sees that he has turned his back, he attacks and gets a steal. Once again, the high post player creates no advantage for the offense as Merrimack takes away every pass. When the offensive player resorts to a drive, the guard attacks from behind. Here's a great example of moving on the flight of the pass. When the ball goes to the high post, the forward sprints to the block and is able to steal the pass. Knowing what's going on behind you is huge. In this case, there's no one on the ball side block. The forward's body angle allows him to perceive that. That enables him to stay wider. Because he has his hands up, he's able to intercept the pass to the player moving to the corner. Thanks for watching this 2-3 zone video. If you want instant access to 5 drills for a dominant 2-3 zone, be sure to click the link in the description to get access to your free PDF with diagrams, descriptions, and bonus tips. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell button so you're the first to know when we release more new videos. Thanks for watching.